Stop what you're doing and just listen to my voice, for what I have to reveal to you at this very moment could not wait even a second longer. I know that the noise outside is deafening, that the demands are knocking at your door with a force you can no longer repel, and that the weight on your shoulders seems to have become part of your own skin. But today, I extend to you an invitation that is not a suggestion, but a rescue. Step away from all of this today. Let go of this agitation that consumes your peace, and allow me to finally heal this wounded soul you have carried for so long. You arrived here because you felt a pull in your chest, a sign that this encounter was already marked in the pages of eternity. And I guarantee that if you remain with me until the last breath of this message, what is clouded before your eyes will be dispelled by a light you have never seen before. I saw you cry in secret in the kitchen while the water boiled. I saw the trembling in your hands as you held that phone. And I know every sigh of exhaustion you gave before clicking on this video. If these words are reaching the depths of your soul now, speak to me. Tell me your name, from where in this world you hear me, and what time the clock shows in your time, for I want you to feel that you are not just another one in the crowd, but my beloved daughter whom I call by name. In this journey that we begin now, I will show you the path to the restoration you have so longed for in empty places. Therefore, let this cry come from your chest as a true outpouring, and write, Lord my God, I stopped everything to listen to you, for I love you, and I need you. I promise you that, at the end of this conversation, I will whisper to your heart a phrase that will be the key to your freedom, and whoever receives it with faith will see the chains fall to the ground. For it is written in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. But pay attention, for there is something you haven't yet realized about this burden you carry, something hidden right under your nose that I need to reveal to you now. Do you feel that life has been a succession of relentless battles lately? Share this video with someone you know who also has a heavy heart, as a gesture of love. And to seal this beginning, leave the word rest in the comments. Look at your hands now, even if they seem empty. I see the invisible weight you have been trying to balance, a burden that no one else can see, but that has bent your soul day after day. It's as if there's a silent chain binding your heels, preventing you from moving forward with the plans I have designed for your life. You wake up in the morning, and before you even put your feet on the floor, exhaustion already dwells in your eyes. I saw you sitting on the edge of your bed this morning, your gaze lost on the wall, trying to understand at what point joy transformed into mere survival. This weight is not yours, my daughter. You took it upon yourself out of fear, out of guilt, or because you were taught that being strong means carrying the whole world on your shoulders without complaining, while your own heart bleeds in silence. There was a specific moment on that grey afternoon when the silence of your room seemed like a muffled scream, that you felt such a strong tightness in your chest that you thought you couldn't breathe. At that instant I was there, supporting your breath so that it wouldn't fade, that lump in your throat that arises when you see your dreams being postponed or when you feel the ingratitude of those you protected most. I felt every uneven heartbeat. Your spirit is exhausted because you have tried to be everyone's support, but you have forgotten that your only true support is me. You have walked as if the world depended on your effort, but I tell you, let go of the reins. For it is written in Psalm 55, verse 22, Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. To cast off is not merely to release it haphazardly, it is to intentionally place it in my hands, trusting that they are infinitely greater than your fears. I did not create you to be a prisoner of others' expectations, but to walk in the lightness of my grace. However, there is a deep root in this weight you carry, an old wound you have hidden in the basement of your soul that still drains your vital energy without you realizing it. There is something about your past that you believe I have forgotten, but that still holds you back, and that is what I need to talk to you about now. Tell me, in the depths of your silence, what is your heart pleading with God for at this moment? Subscribe to this channel if your heart feels that this is the refuge you have been searching for. And now, in an act of total surrender to what oppresses you, write the word freedom in the comments. My beloved daughter, as my gentle presence now envelops the space where you are, I feel the beating of your heart finally calming and aligning with my eternal pulse. There is a rare and precious beauty in the soul that, even wounded and weary, chooses to open itself to my comfort and my sovereign guidance. Now, in this moment of profound intimacy and communion, I invite you to a sacred gesture, a movement of faith that transcends mere words of comfort. If it is possible for you, and only if it is possible within your reality, transform your gratitude for this encounter into a living seed of love for this channel, which has served as a safe haven for your soul in these difficult days. Consider my immense love and the sacrifice of my Son Jesus, and contribute using the link I left for you in the description of this video and also in the comment pinned below. There you will find the place where your offering of love can be deposited and consecrated before me, the Creator of all things. Feel completely free to contribute any amount you wish. If you want to offer a different amount, just type the desired amount. And always remember, accept only what fits peacefully in your heart. I receive each gesture of affection with a love that knows no limits. The value in the eyes of men doesn't matter. What truly matters to me is the purity of heart with which it is given, for what may seem little to you may be much to someone who receives this divine light in a moment of profound darkness. Whoever contributes any amount with a sincere heart, don't forget to leave your name and city along with your contribution, because on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered, mentioned in gratitude, and covered by divine blessings released in prayer upon your home. For it is written in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 7, "Each one should give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver." Every offering made in faith is a seed planted before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear abundant fruit in your life. I see in secret and reward in the sight of all your enemies. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice and reveal to you what I will do for you. Did you enjoy feeling this care? If this moment spoke to you, leave your amen. And now answer me. What are you giving to God today? Write in the comments, "I give everything." I saw when night fell, and the silence of the house became too heavy for you to bear. I was there, at the foot of your bed, when you turned off the light, and instead of closing your eyes to rest, let the accumulated weariness overflow in the form of salt. I felt the exact moment the first tear soaked the cold fabric of your pillow, a weight that wasn't just water, but the summary of all the words you hadn't dared to say to anyone during the day. I saw how you pressed the sheet against your face to stifle a sob, afraid that someone in the house would hear the fragility of the one everyone considers to be the unshakable pillar. In that dark room, where only the faint light from the crack in the window illuminated your pain, I gathered each of those drops as if they were precious diamonds. You thought you were alone, that the ceiling of that room was the limit for your laments. But I tell you, each of your sighs echoed in my courts. I know the bitter taste of that sadness that arises when the world sleeps, and you are left alone with your fears, feeling the cold on your feet and the emptiness in your chest that seems endless. You wondered if I was still there, or if heaven had turned to bronze before your most desperate pleas. For it is written in Psalm 56, verse 8, "You keep track of my wanderings. You put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book? I not only see your pain, I record it. Each tear that fell on that pillow last night is a seed that I am watering to transform into a garden of peace. What you cry out in secret, I will honor publicly with my restoration. Do not allow the lie of abandonment to take root in your heart. The night may have been long, and the pillow may have been marked by anguish, but my spirit is already breathing new life upon your face. There is something I am preparing for your hands that will make you forget the bitterness of these days, but for that, I need you to trust in the healing process I am working now, right in the center of your wound. Tell me in the depths of your silence, what would your soul cry out if it had only one chance before me now? If this word brought comfort to your heart, share this video with a sister who has also been crying in secret. And now, as a sign that you believe I am keeping your tears, write in the comments, God sees me. Daughter, the healing I have begun to work in you now should not be limited to this brief moment in which you hear me. I wish to walk with you when the sun sets and when the dawn breaks, being the daily remedy for every scar that still burns in your heart. If your heart yearns to plunge into the deeper waters of my presence and seeks constant guidance, I have prepared something special for you, a journey of love and affection dedicated to each of my beloved daughters and sons. It is a gift in the form of words that I have called Divine Love Devotional, the Voice of God. It was designed to be your constant companion, whispering my promises in your ear in the silence of your intimacy, day after day. You can find the way to it right now in the link I left below, in the description of this video, and also in the first pinned comment. And listen to what your Father tells you. If today is not the time, or if it is not possible for you, do not allow the shadow of condemnation to touch your soul. Stay here with me, for my arm will continue to sustain you through this message and my love, which is free and infinite. I want your mind to rest, and for there to be no confusion in your thoughts about how to receive this gift. As soon as you complete your registration to access this journey, all instructions will arrive in a very simple and clear way directly to the email address you register. Everything will be explained there step by step, so that you can begin to walk this path of restoration and companionship with me without any difficulty. For it is written in the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 17, "For I will restore health to you and heal your wounds, declares the Lord." This devotional is a record of my commitment not to leave you alone in the desert. It is the support for your nights when the silence hurts and the strength for your days when weariness seems to win. Now, take a deep breath, feel my peace filling your room, and stay here. For I have not yet finished speaking to your heart about what I saw in secret. If this promise of healing has warmed your spirit, leave your sign of gratitude, and tell me deep in your soul, what do you most need me to heal today? Write in the comments, "Heal me, Lord. I see what you do when the lights go out and the doors close. I observe the exact moment you take a deep breath, put on that armor of strength, and go out to face the world with a smile that, though beautiful, cannot hide from me the truth your eyes silently scream. To everyone around you, you are the rock, the unwavering woman, the one who always has a word of encouragement to offer, even when your own inner self is in ruins. But I see when you go into the bathroom, lock the door and rest your forehead against the cold glass of the mirror, allowing the mask to fall for only a few seconds before hurriedly wiping your face and returning to the living room as if nothing had happened. There is a secret you keep under lock and key, a pain you have decided not to reveal to anyone for fear of being judged out of shame or because you believe that no one would be able to understand the depth of what you are feeling. Perhaps it's a bitter disappointment with someone you protected with your own life, or the suffocating feeling that the years have passed and you've lost yourself along the way. I was there when this secret was born, on that day when your world seemed to crumble and you didn't have a single shoulder to rest your head on. I saw the trembling in your hands as you hid that memory or put away that phone so that no one would notice your despair. For it is written in the first book of Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7, "For the Lord does not see as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." You don't need to pretend with me, my daughter. I know the depths of your soul, and I don't condemn you for being exhausted from maintaining this image of perfection. The secret that consumes you from within, that weight that makes your chest ache in the early hours of the morning, is about to be touched by my restoring hand. I want to enter that dark basement of your heart, where you've hidden what hurts you most, and light the light of my truth. But I haven't shown you everything yet. What I'm going to do with this secret will transform your shame into an authority you never imagined you possessed. Now that everything has been said so far, what word would your soul shout if it had only one chance before God? If you feel that I am unveiling the mysteries of your heart to heal you, leave your sign of gratitude and sign up for this journey if you wish to hear my voice every day. And now, as an active one who no longer wants to hide, write in the comments your truth. I know that at many moments you look at the fragments of your life and feel that it's impossible to put each piece back together. You feel like that old porcelain vase that fell on the kitchen floor in a moment of carelessness and shattered into pieces so small that they hurt your hands when you try to pick them up. I felt the chill run down your spine and the weight of the silence on that grey afternoon when you realized things would never be the same again, that relationship, that project, or that dream had been definitively shattered. The dry crack of what broke still echoes in your thoughts during the sleepless nights. But my daughter, what the world calls irreversible destruction, I call an opportunity for my sovereign touch. While you weep over the shards and try to understand where you went wrong, I am crouched beside you, ready to envelop you in an embrace that not only calms the storm, but also fuses your essence anew. My embrace is not a fleeting or human gesture. It is the force that holds the stars in their places, and that now bends down to restore what the cruel circumstances of life have shattered within you. I saw when you tried to hide the deep scars under quick words and incessant activities, but know that for me, each of these marks is the exact place where my glory will shine most brightly. For it is written in Psalm 147 verse 3, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." I am not a God observing your agony from a safe distance. I feel the pulse of your pain and the salty texture of each tear you shed. This embrace I offer you today is the new beginning you swore would never come. In that instant, when the weariness in your eyes almost overcame you and you felt like giving up on everything, it was my invisible hand that prevented you from completely collapsing. I am rebuilding your inner self with a material far more resistant and precious than before. However, there is something I am silently preparing that you cannot yet fully see, a turnaround that will astonish those who witnessed your fall with your new form. But for that, you need to let go of what still hurts you. Tell me, in the silence of your soul, what part of your story do you believe is beyond repair in human eyes? If you felt the warmth of my embrace now, enjoy this message as a testimony that you accept my restoration. Share this video with someone you know who feels broken today. And now, as a seal of faith upon your reconstruction, write in the comments the word, "Restore me." I hear the sound of your short, hurried breath, the kind that arises when thoughts become gigantic waves threatening to flood the small boat of your mind. I see when you are in the middle of a simple task, perhaps washing dishes or walking down a supermarket aisle, and suddenly you feel that suffocating tightness in the center of your chest, as if the world were closing in around you. You try to draw air, but it doesn't seem to reach the bottom of your lungs, and the fear of losing control whispers that you won't be able to endure another minute. At that moment, cold sweat breaks out on the back of your neck, and a subtle tremor invades your fingertips, revealing the invisible battle you wage to maintain an appearance of calm before others. In that moment of silent despair, where anxiety tries to steal your breath and your ground, my voice is present like a whisper that cuts through the roar of the storm. I am not shouting from up high. I am inside the boat with you, touching your shoulder and reminding you that the wind only blows as far as I allow. You wouldn't understand if I told you yesterday how much your strength would be tested today. But I tell you now, breathe deeply, for my spirit is the oxygen for your exhausted soul. I am the silence that overcomes the noise of your worries about tomorrow, about bills that don't add up, or about the health of those you love. For it is written in the Gospel, according to Mark, chapter 4, verse 39, "And he awoke and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, 'Peace, be still.' And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm." That same authority that calmed the waters of Galilee is now being released over the chaos that has settled in your thoughts. I command that the peace that surpasses all understanding take the place of the anguish that has kept you awake. You don't need to carry the weight of the future, for tomorrow is still in my hands and today is kept under my protection. Feel your chest open and the knot in your throat dissolve, because I am in command of every wave that tries to frighten you. But know that this relief is only the beginning, for there is still something I am silently preparing that you cannot yet fully see. A glimpse of what is to come, and that will make every tear of this storm worthwhile. Tell me now, in this moment with God, in the depths of your silence, what is your heart pleading with Him to calm today? If my voice brought calm to your heart, like this video so that this peace reaches more troubled hearts. Subscribe to this journey so that I can be your daily guide through this channel. And to seal the peace that arrives now, Write in the comments, "My peace." Close your eyes for a moment and try to see beyond what your fears allow, for I want to take you to a place where anxiety is not allowed to enter. I saw you standing before your living room window, watching the sun set and feeling that pang of uncertainty about what the next awakening would bring. You look at the calendar pinned to the refrigerator door, and the dates seem to scream questions you don't know how to answer. But listen to what your Father tells you now. While you worry about provisions and paths that seem closed, I have already been in your tomorrow and prepared every detail with a care that exceeds your human understanding. I know you've gone through moments when waiting felt like a sentence of abandonment, as if the clock of life had stopped exactly at the moment of your greatest pain. I saw when you stared at your phone screen, waiting for that answer that never came, or when you felt the cold of loneliness upon seeing an empty chair during afternoon coffee. In that silence, where only the dust danced in the light filtering through the curtain's crack, I was already sketching the encounter, the open door and the relief you so desperately longed for. What I have prepared for you is not a reward for your effort, but a fruit of my unfailing faithfulness, even when your faith falters. For it is written in the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." The end you hope for is not the end of your story, but the conclusion of this cycle of suffering, so that a new chapter of peace may begin to be written. But to enter this new time that I have already signed with my own name, you need to release the shackles of what has wounded you until now. Do not try to carry into your tomorrow the debris of a past that I have already forgiven and restored. At that moment when you felt the sky was silent, I was simply working in secret to make the surprise complete. But I haven't shown you everything yet. There's a revelation about who you truly are that will change how you face each new day. Tell me, in the depths of your silence, what is your soul trying to say to God today, now that you know He has already taken care of your future? If this word has ignited a light in your hope, share this video with someone who also needs to know that tomorrow is being guarded by me. And to seal your confidence in what is to come, write the phrase, "My tomorrow," in the comments. Look at your reflection in the mirror now, or simply feel the touch of your hands on your face. I know that for a long time you saw yourself only as someone who serves, who cares, who provides, and who endures. But today I have come here to remove that label that the world and its disappointments have placed on your forehead. I saw you walking down the dark hallway of your house on those winter mornings, feeling small and invisible, as if your existence were just a forgotten detail in the vastness of the universe. You wondered if your worth depended on how much you could produce or how useful you were to the people around you, and that lie created a weariness in your eyes that no makeup can hide. But listen carefully to what your Creator is telling you. You are not what your mistakes say, you are not what your bitter past tries to dictate, and you are certainly not what the people who hurt you think of you. I am restoring your true identity at this very moment. You are not just a survivor of great battles, you are the heir of the King of all the earth. I saw you when you hurriedly washed your face before answering the phone, trying to disguise that you were falling apart, and there I was already releasing upon you an authority that the enemy of your soul fears. The weight you carry will give way to a scepter of honor, because I am exchanging your garments of ashes for garments of praise. For it is written in the Gospel according to John chapter 1, verse 12. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. Being called my daughter is not a religious title, it's a position of authority over your emotions and your destiny. You have the legal right to banish fear from your home and demand that peace return to your heart. No longer walk with your head down as if you owe something to the past. I have already paid your entire debt on that cross, and now I give you the strength to look back and feel no more pain, only gratitude for my hand that sustained you. But there is still a secret, a final word that I promise to whisper to your heart from the beginning of this conversation. And it is about to be revealed. Before we move on to what I have saved especially for your ending, tell me, what would your soul cry out if it had only one chance before God now? If this revelation about who you are has touched the depths of your spirit, Share this video as an act of love so that another daughter may also know her worth. And to seal your new identity, write in the comments, "I am your daughter." Now that the silence deepens and my presence envelops every corner of this place where you are, take a deep breath and feel the relief that begins to flood your chest. We have traveled a sacred path to get here, where I showed you your wounds, collected your tears, and reminded you that your tomorrow is already guarded under my protection. I saw how your heart beat stronger with each word revealed, and I also saw how your soul sighed with gratitude upon realizing that you were never alone, not even on nights when the sky seemed like bronze, and silence was your only company. You have remained with me until this moment, because your spirit recognized the voice of the one who formed you from your mother's womb. And as I promised you at the beginning, when you stopped everything to listen to me, I have a spiritual key to give you, an answer that will be your shield against the winds that try to knock you down from now on. This is the phrase I whisper to your heart now. Like a seal of victory over the wounded soul I have just healed, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. It's not just a phrase, it's my strength flowing through your veins from this moment on. Write this declaration of faith in the comments right now. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. By writing, you are accepting my power to overcome what once overcame you and to walk on the waters that once drowned you. Whoever writes this word will receive the prophetic blessings that I release today upon your house and your descendants. Do not turn away from my voice, for there is still much more that heaven wishes to reveal to those who choose to stop and listen. Continue seeking this refuge. Explore the other messages I have prepared for you on this channel, for each one is a new step towards your complete restoration. I will be waiting for you in our next conversation, with secrets your eyes have not yet seen, but which my love has already prepared. I am your refuge in times of weariness. I am the light that never goes out in your tunnel. Rest in me, for my peace is now your new home.